Not only did Damian Lillard request a trade from the Portland Trail Blazers, apparently he made it clear that he would like to be a Miami Heat. Like I previously stated, this all comes down to how does Portland's new GM, Joe Cronin, value what Dame did for that Blazers organization? Does it matter to them to do completely right by Dame? Because trading Dame at this point for the Blazers is doing right by Dame. But completely doing right by Dame would be trading him to where he specifically wants to go, especially when there are teams out there like a Philadelphia that's got Tyrese Maxey. That's a guy that I would want to put next to Scoot Henderson. I think what it could come down to is a middle ground. Dame said on the podcast that he would like to go to Brooklyn as well as Miami. And I'm looking at the Nets. They got a lot more pieces that I would want if I'm the Blazers versus trying to make something out of nothing with Tyler Herro and Duncan Robinson. The Sacramento Kings are giving Domantas Sabonis a 5-year, $217 million extension. Well-deserved. He averaged 19, 12, and 7 as one of the two faces of that new Light the Beam Kings organization that's got a lot of momentum going into next year. That's not why I brought you to this video specifically, though. I was going through the reported details of Domantas' new contract, and I saw that he's getting an $8 million raise for next year. Keep in mind, Domantas was already under contract next year. So Sacramento, who allegedly decided to go after Bradley Beal and failed, they're just giving Domantas an $8 million bonus next year because they like him. Keep in mind, $8 million is enough money to go get you a nice piece of the puzzle. A Kings team that did lose in the first round of the playoffs last year to the Warriors. If I'm other teams around the league, I'm pissed that Sacramento decided to just give this dude a random raise in a contract that he's already in and then tried to sell it as long-term. Domantas turned down more money to save the Kings going forward. The New York Wildcats, aka the Villanova Knicks, are giving Dante DiVincenzo a 4-year, $50 million deal. I actually think it's a really good deal for the Knicks. Dante had a lot to give that Warriors team. They just couldn't figure out the rotation last year. But I want to take this video elsewhere. I'm looking at this New York Knicks squad, and man, do they resemble a couple of those really good Villanova Wildcat teams this past decade. Hell, Mikal Bridges plays up the street in Brooklyn. You know, Jay Wright stepped down from Villanova over a year ago, and he's an East Coast guy. If I am current New York Knicks head coach Tom Thibodeau, I am looking over both my shoulders like I'm on the subway. Because clearly, if he has a bad year, it seems to be a layup, no pun intended, that the Knicks are going to replace him with Jay Wright. They already got all his players. Miles Bridges is signing a $7.9 million qualifying offer with the Charlotte Hornets. He's got about 10 games of suspension left. Keep in mind, Miles missed all of last season due to some off-the-court drama. What that means contractually for Miles is after next year, he'll be an unrestricted free agent. He can go sign with any team out there. What that really means for Miles Bridges is he cost himself about a couple years worth of money. Charlotte was going to pay him last summer before all his off-the-court stuff hit the fence. It truly means Miles cost himself a couple $1 million, but he didn't cost himself a career. He's got a second chance. If he goes and balls out with LaMelo Ball and now Brandon Miller next year, he'll put himself in position to get a massive, probably over $100 million payday. He got a second chance. We'll see if he can capitalize on it. Welcome to NBA offseason 2023. You're in great hands with Hoops FERRO. There's no network behind me. There's no budget behind me. Just straight grind and hoops talk. If you don't want to miss a beat this offseason from trades, free agent signings, and draft talk, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Let's run these numbers up. It's free $99 to show me that you support the grind. Let's go.